Don't let fear decide for you. Tips to manage decidophobia. Do you often stare at restaurant menus for what feels like an eternity, unable to choose a meal? Or perhaps you feel stuck when making important life decisions, like choosing your line of work. If so, you might be experiencing decidophobia, the fear of making decisions. This fear can appear in many parts of life, affecting both major and minor decisions. Decidophobia goes beyond simply picking between choices. It comes with strong emotional distress. People with this fear feel extremely anxious about choosing things. They might even freak out when they must decide something. Often they try to avoid moments when they need to make choices. They might delay making decisions for a long time, or feel like they can't do anything about their problem. There are different reasons why someone might develop this fear. For example, making poor decisions in the past that had negative results can lead to anxiety about all decision-making. There are also some signs that decidophobia can have a genetic basis, meaning that an anxiety disorder might run in the family.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Laura.
And today we're talking about making decisions. Do you think you're a person that makes quick decisions, or do you take your time?
It depends. If it's like at a restaurant, I might want to figure out, a little longer. I want to check the reviews, what's good and what's not good. I want to be careful.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, like most of the time, like when I go shopping or whatever, I'm quite quick in making decisions. But then sometimes
like shopping for clothes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast.
I know what I want.
I know, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, cute, I'll buy it. But
you look good in everything.
I know, right? That's why it's easy for us to decide. But did you know that people actually have like this really...
My dad.
Really?
It takes forever.
Oh, no.
Like to order.
Okay, then
I'm not kidding. Like an hour or so.
Wow.
We're all like waiting.
Hello, sir. We're hungry. Well, maybe he might have this. It's called decidophobia. So the title for our article today is Don't Let Fear Decide for You. Tips to manage decidophobia. Okay, the article says, do you often stare at restaurant menus for what feels like an eternity, unable to choose a meal? Okay, sometimes that's me as well. An eternity just means forever. Now, when you stare at something, stare is a verb and it just basically means to look at something or somebody for a long time. Like if you have a piece of vegetable like broccoli or pepper stuck in your teeth and no one tells you, people might look at you for a long time or they might stare. And it's like, hello, thanks for telling me that I have like pepper in my teeth, okay? But we can use stare in a sentence like this. It was the perfect night out to lie down and stare at the stars.
Oh, that's a good stare.
So romantic.
Okay, stare 是什么呢？就是盯着看，注视，这是一个动词哦。那如果你要说 stare at something or somebody， 就是盯着看什么东西，或是注视什么人也可以哦。For example, I caught myself staring at my crush from across the classroom. I couldn't help it. He just looked so cool. かっこいい。我发现我自己在教室的另外一边，哇，一直盯着我暗恋的人。没办法，他实在是太酷太帅了。那我们又提到 an eternity 是超久哦，就是超长的一段时间 like almost forever, and it's a noun.
Next, the article says, or perhaps you feel stuck when making important life decisions, like choosing your line of work. Okay, when you're stuck here, it's an adjective and it means unable to move or to be moved. And sometimes it also means to be in an unpleasant situation or place that you cannot escape from. So like, for example, you can be like stuck on a problem, or you can be stuck at work or stuck in traffic. We can use stuck in a sentence like this. Jeremy's stomach hurt real bad, but he was stuck in a meeting and couldn't go to the bathroom. Oopsies.
Is he gonna fart?
I hope Not so embarrassing, right?
I know. Okay, stuck 在本课哦，它是个形容词，就是陷入困境的，或是被难倒的。For example, I was so stuck on this math problem that I ended up texting my friend for help. 我被这道数学题难倒了，超难的数学，最后只好传简讯，然后给朋友求救。
Yeah, okay. So here it says that maybe you might feel stuck when you make important life decisions, such as picking or choosing your line of work. Now, line of work is just basically the work that a person does regularly in order to earn money. So it's basically like your job or your career.
Okay, line of work 刚刚有提到这个就是行业的意思哦。For example, in my line of work as a business English teacher, I help managers learn how to communicate more effectively in meetings and negotiations. It's rewarding to see their progress and confidence grow. 这是真的哦 ，true story. 在我的行业当中，我其实是作为一个就是商业的英文老师哦。那我会协助一些经理们学习如何在会议当中或者是谈判当中更加有效的沟通哦。好险我是教他们英文啦，因为我中文都会讲错哦。看到他们这些人的进步和他们哇越来越有自信，我真的觉得很有成就感。
I know, you're such an amazing teacher. I love you. All right, so next the article says, if so, you might be experiencing decidophobia, the fear of making decisions.
Ooh, are you listening to this, Dad? It's talking about you. Okay. 所以如果是这样的话，你可能正在经历 decidophobia， 就是选择恐惧症，对做决定恐惧，很害怕哦。那副词的 so 在这里的意思是如此这样，它是用来替代前面句子提到的事情或者是情况，比方刚刚前面提到的是点餐的时会看超级无敌久的 menu， 然后还不知道选什么餐点，或者是你在做重要的人生决定的时候，比如说选择你的行业，你就会感到非常非常就是陷入困境，然后觉得怎么办？我要做什么决定？这样子的人。
It says here, this fear can appear in many parts of life, affecting both major and minor decisions.
原来这种恐惧可能会出现在生活的各个方面哦，影响到大大小小的决定，所以不是只有小到就是点菜这样。
Here it says decidophobia goes beyond simply picking between choices. It comes with strong emotional distress. Okay, wow, it is pretty serious if you have this kind of fear. When you go beyond something, just means to do more than something. It's not just limited to one thing. Usually I think about Buzz Lightyear when he says like to infinity and beyond. Yeah. It just means there's more to something, more to it than what originally is there. Now, it goes beyond just picking between like, what do I want for dinner? It comes with emotional distress. Come with is a phrase that means to be present or associated with something. So an easy way to think about it is like a McDonald's meal comes with burger, fries, and a drink.
I'm so hungry.
I know.
Okay, 我们来看一下 go beyond something 就有超出或者是不只是什么什么。举例来说 Jenny's kindness goes beyond just helping with homework. She's always there when you need someone to talk to. Jenny 的善良不仅仅是协助你完成作业，她总是在你需要人就是聊天的时候，她就会出现，she's an angel. OK, 那我们还看到片语哦 come with something 就是伴随着什么什么或是附有什么什么。For example, buying this new phone comes with a free pair of wireless earbuds, which is super convenient. 如果买这款新手机还附送了一副无线耳机，真是太方便了。
Wow, amazing. Okay, so unfortunately, decidophobia comes with also emotional distress. When we talk about the word emotional, it's an adjective and it means connected with people's feelings. So like your emotions. For example, sometimes cartoons actually make me a little bit emotional. Like when Simba's dad dies in Lion King. Oh my gosh, it makes me really sad and it makes me really emotional. Or also this cartoon as well, Dumbo.
小飞象.
That is the saddest movie ever, especially when he gets separated from his mom. Scenes like that really make me want to cry or feel emotional.
Oh my
It's giving me
God.
all the feels. So we can use emotional in a sentence like this. I'm so glad that I have a friend like you, Laura, to show me emotional support during these tough times.
I'm gonna cry. I'm getting so emotional right now.
Right? Now, this person, if you have decidophobia, you feel emotional distress. Distress is just a feeling of great worry or unhappiness, and it kind of gives you a bit of like mental pain, like you feel very, very bothered by it.
Emotional 是什么呢？这是一个形容词哦，就是情绪上的或是情感上的哦。For example, watching the final episode of my favorite show got me so emotional. I almost cried. 我在看我最喜欢的节目最后一集的时候，我变成非常的情绪很激动，我差点哭出来，而且我就没有办法追剧了，因为它是最后一集。Okay, distress 是什么呢？它是一个名词，有苦恼啊，或者是忧虑，还有悲痛的意思哦。
Next in the article it says, people with this fear feel extremely anxious about choosing things. Wow, okay, I've never really felt this way before, but people who have this kind of fear, they feel extremely anxious. Let's first look at the word extremely. It's an adverb and it means to a very high degree, like the most something. So for example, if you won the lottery or you won like $10 million, I'm sure you'd be extremely happy.
Woohoo!
But what if you found out that it was a mistake? Oh my goodness. You'd be extremely devastated or upset, okay? Here we can use extremely in a sentence like this. Did you see Tom Cruise perform that extremely risky stunt off of the stadium? He's seriously way too cool.
I love Tom Cruise.
He's amazing.
He's so cool. Mission Impossible, or it's possible now.
Yeah.
Okay, extremely 这个副词就是非常极度的。For example, I was extremely excited when I found out we were going on a surprise trip to Disneyland.
Oh my God.
Who wouldn't be excited? Okay, 当我知道我们要去迪士尼乐园的时候的惊喜旅行的时候，哇，我真的是兴奋到不行。
Oh my God, me too. All right, but unfortunately, people with decidophobia, they feel extremely anxious. Now, anxious is an adjective and it means feeling worried or nervous. So actually, I kind of feel this sometimes too when like about small things, like maybe even going to speak to a lot of people or maybe even just meeting new people for the first time. I feel a little bit anxious.
That's why you're an I person.
I know, and you are too. We're
我们
both
都是 I
I's.
人。
So we feel a little bit nervous. Here we can use anxious in a sentence like this. We accidentally broke mom's favorite vase and are really anxious about telling her the bad news. Oopsies.
Okay, sorry, mom.
Yeah.
Okay, 如果你们是 I 人，像我跟 Tiffany 都是 INFJ， 我们很容易这样阿娇，就是 anxious。没错，就是焦虑的、不安的，这是一个形容词哦。那当我们用 anxious about something， 就是对某事物感到焦虑不安的。举例来说， I was anxious about starting my new job, worrying if I would fit in. 我对开始新工作感到焦虑，担心自己是否能融入哦。
Don't worry. Everybody loves you. I think everyone will want to be your friend.
That's just an example sentence. I always get excited for new jobs.
Okay, next the article says, they might even freak out when they must decide something. Often, they try to avoid moments when they need to make choices, okay? Freak out just means to become like really, really emotional, and you maybe can act out in ways where like maybe you yell or you like panic and you're not yourself and you kind of behave very emotionally.
所以我们再也不要嘲笑像我爸妈有选择障碍，因为这些人他们甚至可能在必须做出某个决定的时候感到极为恐惧哦。Freak out 这个片语就是极为恐惧或是极为激动。那通常呢，他们可能会避免需要做决定的时刻。
Okay, here it says, they might delay making decisions for a long time or feel like they can't do anything about their problem. All right. Now, when you delay something or when something is delayed, this verb just means a period of time when somebody or something has to wait because of a problem that makes something slow or late. So oftentimes we see this most commonly in flights or trains. They will get delayed. It means something is making the plane arrive slower or the train arrive slower and making it slow and not be able to be there on time to take you guys to your next destination. So we can use delay in a sentence like this. Olivia delayed the party by 2 hours because of the heavy rain.
OK, delay 这个动词就是延后、推迟。那我们可以用 delay， 然后 VING something delay doing something 来表示延后或是推迟做什么。For example, I had to delay doing my homework because my favorite show was on TV. Shh, don't tell mom. 因为我最喜欢的节目正在播放，我只好把作业延后完成。
Oh, it's all right, as long as you get it finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's learn a little bit more about decidophobia. It says here in the article, there are different reasons why someone might develop this fear.
我们这里先来看一下develop 这个动词意思在这里是开始遇上一个问题或是疾病，所以这句话是说有不同的原因可能让某人开始遇上这种恐惧哦。不过这里呢，我们要先来看一下我们的 Language in Focus。今天的 Language in Focus 要看到的是 the reason why or that 来表示原因。我们来看一下句型the reason why or that 然后后面接一个子句，这样的句型是用来表示某件事情的原因，其中的 why 为关系副词，引导形容词子句修饰先行词 the reason。那这个用法中的 why 常常可以省略或是以 that 来替代。OK， 我们首先来看一下 the reason why or that 后面接子句当主词的时候，后方常常搭配一个作为主词补语 that 的名词子句。OK， 要举个例子我比较清楚The reason why or that I didn't answer my phone is that I was too busy singing karaoke with my friends. 我没有接电话的原因是因为我正忙着和朋友们唱卡拉 OK or karaoke. 第二点要注意的是 the reason why or that 然后接上子句当补语或是受词的时候呢，它会长这个样子The high cost of living is the reason why or that many young people can't afford to buy homes. OK, 注意这里的 the reason why or that many people can't afford to buy homes 是作为主词 the high cost of living 的补语那这个例句的意思是高昂的生活成本是许多年轻人无法负担买房的原因。那再来举一个例子We couldn't understand the reason why or that the concert was canceled without notice. 有没有发现这里的 the reason why or that the concert was canceled without notice 是作为动词 understand 的受词这句话的意思是说，我们无法理解音乐会为什么没有给予通知就取消了。
All right, well, let's continue reading our article. It says, for example, making poor decisions in the past that had negative results can lead to anxiety about all decision making. Okay, so being anxious can lead to something called anxiety. And it's a noun, and it's a feeling of fear, dread, and uneasiness. And it might cause you to maybe sweat or feel restless and maybe tense. Maybe your heart beats faster. And yeah, sometimes anxiety can be a normal reaction to stress. So a lot of I people also feel this as well. When we go out to meet new people or when we have to maybe talk to a lot of people, we might feel a little bit of anxiety.
OK, 回到课文是说例如过去做出不好的决定并且结果很差，可能会引发对所有决策的焦虑这里的形容词 poor 就是不好的、很差的。而刚刚我们学到 anxious， 它的名词其实就是这个字 anxiety， 就是焦虑、不安。
Then the article says there are also some signs that decidophobia can have a genetic basis, meaning that an anxiety disorder might run in the family, okay? So when something is genetic, it just means it's related to our DNA. Now, a disorder is just basically a condition or illness that causes problems with the way the part of your body or brain works. So sometimes people might have specific disorders like attention deficit disorder, which is ADD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, which is OCD. And it just means you like things to be in order or in a certain way, or else it might make you feel very, very uncomfortable.
OK, 我们先来看一下 genetic 这个形容词就是基因的或是遗传的，而 basis 这个名词就是基础啊、根据，还有 disorder 这个名词就是障碍或是失调还有病的意思哦。所以 anxiety disorder 就是焦虑症哦。那我们还看到 run in the family 这个片语意思就是某一个特质或是疾病等等在家族中遗传。所以整句话最后是说到还有一些迹象表明哦，选择恐惧症可能具有遗传基础，然后也就是这个焦虑症啊可能会在家族中遗传。Actually, my dad is the only person that probably has trouble deciding. Yeah,
okay.
Everybody's pretty fast. Okay,
so it's maybe just him.
Okay, well, 大家喜欢今天的主题吗？不要忘了按赞、订阅、分享我们的 YouTube 频道和 Facebook 哦。
Yes. All right, now let's take a look at our For You chat. The question is, can you think of a moment when making a decision caused you a lot of anxiety? What happened?
Okay, true story. A time when making a decision caused me a lot of anxiety was when I had a mountain of work to finish, but I also wanted to just chill and binge watch my favorite shows. On top of that, my mom wanted me to clean my room. I felt super overwhelmed because I really didn't want to deal with the cleaning and housework. It gives me the shivers. So I was torn between finishing my tasks, relaxing, and avoiding the dreaded chores. It was such a tough spot to be in, trying to decide what to focus on. I always push the cleaning till the end.
Yeah, same thing. I
just want to chill first.
Usually, a decision that gives me a lot of anxiety is maybe when I'm really stressed at work and I don't know, like, maybe what to do first or, like, where to start.
Oh.
So it just gives me a lot of stress and I just, like, maybe I'll grow, like, pimples or something.
Especially if it's, like, a new task or project,
yeah,
right?
Definitely. So, yeah, it is hard, I think, to not have these kind of pressures. But don't worry. You know what? In day 2, we're going to learn some tips on how to deal with this decidophobia if you probably have it or feel like you have it. But that's all the time that we have for today. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Stare. Harry stared at the puzzle for a long time, but he still couldn't solve it. Stuck. Jamie got stuck trying to finish his math homework because the questions were too challenging for him. Emotional. Rob felt he needed emotional support from his friends after his mother died from cancer. Extremely. I really want to be a doctor, but getting into medical school is extremely difficult. Anxious. Maggie is anxious about the exam tomorrow, but she has studied a lot, so she should be fine. Delay. Jenny had to delay her vacation because she had too much work to complete.
字彙小补帖
An eternity. Distress. Freak out. Genetic. Disorder.